Hello, filmmakers and visual storytellers, and welcome to another episode of Visual Content Creator. And hello, Matthias, how are you doing?
Hi, Rainer, I'm doing great, and I'm very, very excited about this show, this episode, because we have a real expert in iPhone filmmaking today.
Blurry background, in focus. Blurry background, in focus. And I'm just using my iPhone. What?
And voila. And then you can pick which of the 4 lenses you want to use. Let's talk about what is SSIS. SSIS means sensor shift image stabilization.
Her name is the storyographist, or Cielo de la Paz, and she's joining us from the San Francisco Bay Area right now. Hello, Cielo.
Hey guys, nice to be here. Good to see you.
Hi, Cielo. And we put you into the middle. There you are. Cielo, we both met 1 year ago at the Mojo Fest in Dublin, in Ireland, and I was really fascinated, especially when I saw your setup. You were filming with a Joby tripod that had several devices on it.
That's right.
And so you were filming. She was actually filming parallel with an iPhone in horizontal mode and or in vertical mode. And besides that, she had the Osmo Pocket gimbal filming in horizontal mode. And I was pretty amazed by that setup, actually. That was quite fascinating. But Cielo, tell us a little about yourself. How did you come into filmmaking? How did this all begin?
It was by accident. And I like to say I typically just Forrest Gump my way into doing things. If you haven't watched Forrest Gump, you kind of just, this actor accidentally is successful and without meaning to be. So I got into it because people were asking me how I made my video that was on the Apple commercials a few years ago. And people assumed I knew what I was doing, but I was just playing with my iPhone, making videos, and I, happened to use a lens with it. And then, I did slow motion, and I guess it was just more than what everybody had, done with their own phone. So I kind of embraced it and became the go-to person that people ask. I was just very curious about how it worked, and I just played around with it, and that's kind of how I got into it. And then that carried on to I was a photographer, and then so of course learning video on the phone, you transfer it to the real camera, and so just from sheer play, and I got into filmmaking.
Yeah, and then you decided to go totally into filmmaking, into iPhone filmmaking in 2016, is that right?
Yeah, I just loved the ease of it. You have a whole production in your phone. And so here's a quick, process of mine for a few things is, I will shoot something in Filmic Pro, and then maybe I'll use something like double take, which lets you do front and back record at the same time to capture something else. And then I will import it into LumaFusion. And if somehow the audio is a little bit screwed up, then I'll go into Adobe Rush, because they have a really good way for you to fix the audio. And they also have really easy titles. And then I want it to look a little bit different for my Instagram, so I'll use Storylux to frame it. And then afterwards, then I post it to Instagram. So how many apps did I just mention there?
Let's have a look into 1 or 2 of your pieces that you created. And we had big fun watching this one, actually.
Okay, so I've been looking at what can make videos go viral, and I think I've come up with 3 things. The first one is to start drinking more coffee, kind of like Peter McKinnon. Although I wonder if it matters whether it has cream in it or not. Second one is to maybe wear more makeup. Yeah. And a third one is you gotta have a set of wheels. Not these wheels, but these wheels. I mean, think about it. You got like Casey Neistat, of course, that rides a longboard, and you have Peter McKinnon, and you have his friend Maddie, and Sarah Dietschy, even Sean Cannell rides a longboard. I've never longboarded and vlogged before, but I think this might be what makes it viral, along with coffee and makeup. So here we go. So I'm gonna try this. I even threw in the sunglasses for kicks. So I wanted to tell you today about this cool new video effects app that I learned about. So I'm gonna vlog and board at the same time. So here we go. I want to tell you about the Just kidding. Okay, so maybe I need to get a little bit better on the boarding. I suck at wheels. It's just like that one time I fell off my bike.
Oh, are you okay?
There we go.
I forgot about the part where I put in my fall from when I was riding my bike.
Are you okay, meanwhile?
I am okay. My neck totally hurts. I don't think Gary V longboards, right? Maybe I don't need to do this.
So is this kind of your approach to be a little more humorous and entertaining in a way as well? Has this, is this kind of your approach?
Yeah, and I think I didn't know that was my approach. And this is kind of what I tell my students is you don't know what your style is until you start creating more, and it just naturally comes out. And that is just the epitome of who I am. I am goofy, like I will try things, and I'm very lighthearted, and I'm not serious about my work at all. Like I'm more than happy to make fun of myself. So yeah, this is kind of, it wasn't intentional. That's just who I am.
All right, so without further ado, I am now going to no, I wouldn't do that and waste people's time. It's exactly the same as last time, except the phone's just a little bit bigger. I wouldn't do it.
Okay, fine. No unboxing. We're just gonna dive right in.
I recognized on your Instagram channel that you started to do daily videos, and that you started with a challenge where you said, okay, this is number one from 365 videos that are coming up right now, and one each day.
Yes.
And so a daily vlog, we have seen that on YouTube. Casey Neistat got famous with that, but really it is an enormous effort, I guess.
So I started it because I would come up with every single excuse to not make content, and I was like, if I put it out there and I tell everybody I'm doing it and I invite other people to do it with me, that I'm really on the hook to create content. And my intent with creating content, no matter what, was I get in my own way. I judge my work. I've made so many videos that I have not posted. Like I am so judgy of my own work, and like I'm embarrassed, it's not good enough. And I was like, you know what? Like, let's just forget about the good enough. Let's just go with the process. Just create and forget about the outcome and just enjoy it. So that was my whole intent with it.
So with all your experience as a daily vlogger at the moment, what would your advice or tips be for beginners or somebody who wants to put up his own channel or her own channel? Are there any special advice that you could give?
Yeah, I have to say, if your goal is to grow a channel and to kind of make a career out of it, do something out of it, then I'd say think about your audience first. What value can you provide them, and why would they watch you? If it's shopping and like your personal taste and your style, like do it in a entertaining and helpful way while also being yourself.
Because there's no difference between the 11 and the 12, but there was a difference between the 11 and the 12 Pro Max, that would mean that there is a difference between the 12 Pro Max and the 12 Pro. Follow me here?
You talked about some very personal things too.
So today is not anything technical, but it's more of a mindset.
Where you told your audience about heavy workload and how you deal with that.
I wanted to tell you about that experience because I know that, especially when we have our faces on our work, I think it's even harder to put yourself out there and to put your work out there because you want to be absolutely perfect, and it's not.
but I think it shouldn't stop you. It shouldn't stop me. I think the most important thing is that you are creating. And I think creators, we don't get enough credit on honestly how hard it is. Like, it takes courage to put yourself out there, and you know, there are a lot of people that criticize and all of that, but like, until you start creating, I think, and like putting yourself out there for criticism, then you can't talk because you don't know how hard it is.
I think that's something that Rainer and I, and during our career, we experienced similar phases where we had very, very stressful weeks and months sometimes. I think that filmmaking and videography is quite a risky profession for that.
It is. It is.
And so what were your experiences there? Would you share this with us?
Yeah. So one thing I noticed when I share personal kind of like, this has been my experience, so many people watch it and save it. I am actually surprised. And it's most commented on and people can relate. So I'm encouraged that, you know, like it's helping people. And it, you know, I actually called somebody crying because it was just too much. I thought I was Superwoman. You know, I was finishing up a Stanford class, and then I had to hop on a plane and I had to prepare, like I was doing a talk. I hadn't done my speech and that for that. And then I had a video due for a client. It was like all due within, like, it was just insane. And I definitely learned my lesson from that. But I think as content creators, we get really excited about these opportunities, and, you know, we're trying to grow and like put ourselves out there. And obviously also because if you're, you know, client-based kind of, that's how you make money, you know, it's hard for you to turn it down because you don't have a regular salary. So, but it can be too much. And at that point it was too much. And I've gotten better at saying, no, not right now. I'm getting better at it. Before it was like, yes, when do you want it? Now it's like, no, or not right now. Can we do it later?
Okay, so that is my 3-minute tip for today. I hope you found that helpful, and I hope you do keep creating because your audience is waiting.
Thank you so much for sharing all this with us and with our audience, Cielo. And I think work-life balance for us as filmmakers and creators, also a very, very, very important topic. Let us know how your work-life balance works out, and let us know if you have any questions in content creation, especially iPhone filmmaking. We have an expert right here. And
yeah, I could go on and talk with you about filmmaking. That's awesome. Thank you.
You can if you want, whenever you want, of course. Thanks for being with us, and thanks for watching this episode. See you next time. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye. Bye-bye.